Ladies and gentlemen, it is my great pleasure to be here tonight. I came late because I had another event, and I had indicated to Yvette that I would be late. I really had not taken into account the London traffic. A journey that should have taken about 3/4 of an hour at the most took me nearly an hour and a half to get here. But I think I caught up with most of you very quickly. I was finishing my dessert just at the same time that some people at my table were finishing theirs, so I don't feel so bad. I just want to congratulate Just Be on the work that you're doing. I think if you read a little bit of what is written about me in the booklet, you will know that I have been very involved in what we call in Jamaica the NGO community. And as you spoke, Yvette, about the things that you are doing with Just Be, I realized that I actually have been involved in some of those very same kinds of events in Jamaica. For example, I helped to set up and commission an organization that taught women how to be construction workers. It was called the Women's Construction Collective. And we now see a lot of women who are on construction sites in Jamaica. And in fact, developers prefer to have women on their sites because they say they don't have the amount of fights that they have with the men. I'm very, very pleased to see that you are not only working to help others in the community, but you're also working to help yourselves, especially in that particular area about women always giving of themselves and not having time and feeling alone and feeling lonely. And when I tell you this, you're going to be surprised. I am very lonely here in London. I know it doesn't look that way because I have a lot of work that I do. But the truth is, everybody sees me as the High Commissioner. If I'm invited anyway, even if it is not an event like this, even if it is an event with people who are friends, I'm still the High Commissioner. It's hard. It means I can't let down me here. I mean, I don't have any here to let down. And I realize, and I think that there are a lot of women who find themselves in the same way, that you find things to fill the spaces of your life. And it prevents you from being lonely. But the truth is, unless you have good friends, unless you have a good partner, unless you have children who fulfill your life in a particular way, in the only way that children can do, as a woman, you can give and give, and the world will see you out there doing everything, but they don't know inside how lonely you are. And so those events that you have, the spa day, when you're going to Portugal again, tell me now. When you come. Because I'm longing, and oh gosh, this is not what I come up here to talk to you about. But it really hit my heart because as Yvette spoke, I realized that I could be any one of those women who you are serving. And I think it is an error that we make, that we look at people and we make judgments about where they are and how they are and their mental position. We're recognizing mental health this week. And I know that there are many people who are walking around and who have severe mental health issues. And so the work that Just Be is doing is very important work, and I'd like to recommend that you seek to join them as they transform into being a social enterprise. I think it's a very good thing, and I really commend them for taking this next step. And that I know a number of persons colleagues who have left the corporate world and who have moved into the kind of thing that you're going to do. And it's like they begin to blossom in a way that they could never do in the corporate world. So I commend you for making that decision. Now, I know you're going to hear other people speak about Black history, and historian will speak and a relative of Paul Bogle will speak, but I just want to say a couple of things. First of all, as we are celebrating here tonight, and we are recognizing Paul Bogle in Jamaica, in Morant Bay, today, a little later, because of the time difference, there is going to be an event to honor Paul Bogle and to recognize and to try to keep his memory alive in the way that it ought to be. The second thing I want to say is that we keep talking about the Morant Bay Rebellion. It is not a rebellion. Rebellion is the word that the what? that the legislature at the time used. How's that? It really was a war. It really was a war. It was the beginning of the war of independence of the Black community in Jamaica. So we need to begin to change the narrative. We need to begin to tell our story more than we have been doing it. We have to tell our stories because I remember growing up in high school and learning history. And by the time I got to university, I had to unlearn a lot of the history. Yes, the dates were the same, but the approach and the way the story is told is completely different. And the thing is, if we don't begin to tell our stories, then we will continue to perpetuate the lies, the untruths, the not so truth, and other lies that we've been told and that we've been taught. So we have to tell our stories. Unfortunately, we're not a writing people, and we need to do more of that. And I'm very glad to see that Mr. Wilmot has written his story. And we need to encourage more people to write our stories, so that when we talk about our history, we will talk about our history from our perspective, from our understanding. And so, I just want to stop there. Yesterday, in celebration of Black History Month, at the High Commission, we celebrated Miss Lou. You know Miss Lou? Miss Lou is that Jamaican who helped us to recognize that what other people call patois is our Jamaican language. It is a language in the truest sense of the word. And so Miss Lou helped us to stand tall and to use our language. And we celebrated her yesterday. And on Thursday at the High Commission, we will have another event celebrating Marcus Garvey.